Welcome to an episode of Bleav in Falcons. We are here to talk about training camp. I'm Ovie, Mughelli, of course. We got my co-host Michael the Burner Turner, and we're ready, Mike. You know, I got the chance to see you at training camp a couple of days ago, and it was hot. It was very hot, but so were our Falcons. Training camp was fun, man. It was good to be on the field, even though we were in the shade with the fans. But seeing the guys out there running and catching and jumping and hooping and hollering, and after all that talk about how we're going to look and the makeup of the team and can we gel, we got to see it, live and in person, man. What are some of your first thoughts?
My first thoughts, well, training camp and fun are those two words that don't go together.
Yeah.
When you said it, that made me cringe. Like training camp and fun, no, that doesn't sound right.
Now for us, it's fun for us.
Yeah, it's fun for us, right? Yeah, for the fans.
As a player,
not as a player. Okay, I was making sure, but yeah, it was good seeing the guys go at it, get some work in, see the guys. It's always you always about to hear about the off season, how we're gonna look and the build up, the new pieces that's added, after the draft and everything. But it's finally get to see those guys and the equipment, having the full pads on and everything. That brings the excitement to the game and to the feel of practicing and getting ready for the season, man. It's August, man. It's that time of year.
It came quick though. Like today, like time's moving fast. This is my 5th year of Bleav in Falcons. This is your 2nd year of Bleav in Falcons. It's been a great journey, but my son's also going to 5th grade. Like he went to school today, and he's not looking me in the eye yet, but he's looking me dead in my chest, and like he's a big boy. I'm like, gosh, dang it! I took him to school today, first day of school. I'm like, it's time for school. It's time for football.
Right.
We've been waiting for this, and now it's here. And being at training camp, the first time I went, there was no pads, and so the energy wasn't all the way there because guys were fitting up good and still working hard. But the time I saw you last week, they had them pads on.
Right.
They were hitting. They weren't hitting like we used to hit. I talked to Rich McKay about how they're making the game safer. They're taking out goal line. They're taking out two-a-days. They're taking out a lot of stuff. So they weren't hitting, but it still was a lot more than the first time I came. And seeing the physicality get ramped up, I like what I see from our defense. I like what I see from, obviously Drake and Bijan, even Kyle Pitts moving around. They look good, but the thing that I just couldn't get over, and shout out to Raheem, giving us the ability to just walk around, as long as we're not walking on the field, walk around practice when previous regimes, some Dan Quinn, and after the Super Bowl got real tight, and Arthur Smith was not letting us even walk onto the field. But Raheem lets former players who, we kind of built this thing, just get there and be able to get right up to the action. Like, we're not interfering with the players, but getting there and just being amongst the guys. I kept on seeing this red jersey that was just hanging around, and it felt like his presence was way too big to be sitting on the sideline, not on the field. And it was our dear friend Kirk Cousins. Just seeing Kirk Cousins when the ones are out, sitting on the sidelines, like, we knew it was going to happen. We know it's the Michael Penix era. We know that Kirk is, whether he's going to get traded or, it's going to be a backup, but making $27 million plus this year at $100 million guaranteed. It just is strange, bizarre even, having someone of that caliber be a backup, but seeing it live and in person. So as I was walking around, it felt, I wouldn't say it felt wrong, because Penix has earned the right to start because of the pick that they gave him, and Kirk not providing us the Kirk Cousins we paid for. He's earned the chance, but I don't know what's going to happen with that. Everyone's saying it could be, any day now he gets traded. People are also saying that, hey, we got to keep Kirk Cousins because what happens if Penix doesn't become that guy? And I was like, there's no way that Penix will ever get pulled. But because fans are fickle, Mike, if Penix, God forbid, has a bad game, 2 bad games, 3 bad games, do you think the same way they are chanting Michael Penix, they'll start Kirk Cousins?
No way. I think the Atlanta fan base is done with Kirk Cousins. They're upset with Kirk Cousins. And the quarterback show on Netflix. That brings another side another side to the story, like the ins and outs of what was going on last year. Like he really wasn't hurt, and like he really was hurt, and he felt like kind of betrayed by the draft, last year. So he's letting his true feelings out throughout the season of what he was really feeling, and I don't think that's rubbing the fans the right way. I think a lot of people taking it like this guy really wasn't all in with the Atlanta Falcons, and I get it. Maybe the Falcons wasn't really truthful to him, being upfront with him about we're going to take a quarterback high, even though we signing you still the guy. We still believe in you, but we're still going to draft another quarterback. But you know how it is. It's the business side of things, and but I think the fan base is done with Kirk Cousins. They're going to cheer on Michael from here on out. They've been begging for him, and now they got him. They're going to stick with him, and no matter if he sucks, I wish we don't think he will be, but the fans are going to ride with him. It's not going to be put Kirk Cousins in a campaign. I seriously doubt that.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone's betting on Michael Penix because he's got to be the guy. Like we cannot afford to miss with that pick, and so they're betting on Kirk Cousins. And frankly, we're betting on a brand new partner that I'm excited to let everybody know about. Bleav in Falcons and the whole Bleav family. We're betting on FanDuel. FanDuel's our brand new partner. They really revolutionized how fans engage with sports, and they're one of the top betting sites out there. We have a lot of fun, conversations to talk about regarding what FanDuel can do to make these games a little more spicy. But we'll get to that later. A lot of love towards FanDuel. But the Kirk Cousins, the Netflix special, I am a fan of cinema. I've told you this. I told our fans this. I will sit in my theater and watch TV for hours and hours. I'll binge through everything. So I watched the whole Netflix special in one sitting.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, that's crazy.
No, I mean, I did. I don't know. I got a big old theater in my basement. Yeah. I go down there and I have my little, it's my little happy space. And watching that, I almost felt bad for Kirk Cousins. I felt bad for Kirk Cousins, and I see him in person at practice. I felt bad again for Kirk Cousins because he's such a nice guy. Like he's such a solid human being, like from his family to his faith, and just how he dealt with the adversity of, everyone is really upset with me. His poor wife's like, I turned off social media because I just couldn't deal with it. And just seeing how he dealt with it, I was like, man, I feel sorry for him, but I don't. One, because of the $100 million contract, no one's feeling too sorry for you, but also because there was a moment where he could have said, and I guess it's hard to pull yourself out, he could have said, guys, I cannot function at a high caliber that will help this team win because my body's messed up from the Saints hit where he got hit and messed up his shoulder or his Achilles or a combination of both. Physically, he wasn't able to do it. So part of me is just wondering why he never raised his hand and said, guys, I'm going to hurt the team, because he knew walking in there, he knew taking the snap, he knew that he was not just that he wasn't at full strength. None of us are at full strength when the season gets going and we push through, but he knew that he couldn't push through to operate at a level that can help us win. But he said, I'm gonna try anyway. And that trying had us go from top of the NFC South to squandering an opportunity and throwing the crumbs to Michael Penix at the end of the year and praying that he could salvage it, and he couldn't. So, I don't feel too bad for Kirk, but it was just weird watching him kind of stand on the sidelines and have a clipboard. And, of course, he came in for some reps, but I can't wait to see what happens with that, because we can get a lot of picks and get some good money back if we can trade him. But if we haven't traded him now, I don't know if the chances are still high that we can get it done.
No, there's no trade happening unless some unfortunate happens to some other team out there in the NFL. So that's going to need a quarterback right away. And but for the short time right now, he's going to be our backup, and that's it. So you got to get over your little love fest with Kirk Cousins. It's over, man. It's over. It's over.
I like the dude. Like, I just felt like he was the last missing piece. You wanted a veteran, not some rookie that you had to see. Can he do it? Can he not? You wanted somebody who knew can get the job done. And he came in and he left. But it's all good, because we we have some other pieces that are exciting and that are making fans ooh and ah. And
Right.
but before we go too much into that, I want to get into Michael Turner's training camp experience, because when I touched the grass, Mike, when I was walking around just meandering, hopefully not annoying too many people, but I was just sitting there like just like just listening to conversations. Got a chance to talk to the running back coach who has the privilege of just coaching up the talents that are Bijan and Tyler Algier. Got a chance to, go around some of the other guys and being on that field, the same field that me and you practice on, the same field where greatness was created in Mughelli and Michael Turner. I had all types of waves of nostalgia and just moments of this was me. It used to be us. Like, we were in those paths. We were in those situations. Training camp was something that, like you said, not fun, but necessary to build a foundation that could allow us to win throughout the whole season. What do you remember about training camp? When especially the Falcons training camp, coming in there your first year to your last year, like, what did training camp mean to you?
Oh man, it was time to get the grind started, man. It's
Yep.
like it was like is it the weirdest day is check-in day. It's like when you check in, some guys like to check in early, some guys wait till the last minute to check in.
Yep.
Because it's still like those doors lock. And you're there for like a month straight of nothing but straight football. You're separate from the outside world a little bit for the most part. And then you just talking football and being with the guys, getting to know them. And that's the one of the better parts of training camp, getting to know the guys, because it's just y'all or just us. And but at times you get tired of looking at each other.
Yeah.
and fights, that leads to fights breaking out in camp, which we had a few.
We did.
This year already.
Harvey Dahl. Harvey Dahl was our fight maker. He was the king of him and Tyson Clabo. Look, I didn't like. You didn't get. Did you get any fights, Mike? I don't remember you getting like next.
I ain't get to no fights. No. Almost got into one with
Spoon.
No,
Curtis Lofton.
No, Mike Peterson.
Oh, Mike Peterson.
You wasn't there. I think he was gone. He was gone. He hit me on a play. I'm not supposed to be getting hit like that, but
no, you're Mike Turner.
Right. And I felt like he cheap shot at me a little bit, and on the specific play, and I got up and I was ready to go, but but he still immediately apologized and said sorry to everything, and we cooled everything off. We didn't get to tussling or anything like that. So that was the closest time I've ever been to a fight in practice.
I can't remember, Mike. Do you remember me getting a fight? Because I'm too tired to fight. Like I don't like expending energy if I don't have to.
I don't even talk out there on the football field. So
talking trash that expends so much energy. I'm trying to breathe to get ready for the next play. So I think not Sidbury, was maybe Spoon. So I think both you and I, when we both came in, because we were such highly touted, fairly expensive free agents for the team. I think defense like, hey, we can't mess up these guys, can't fight with them because we need them on Sundays. And so a lot of the starters, at least me and you, the linemen didn't care. Starters will fight all the time.
The fights are gonna happen, especially with the O line and D line.
Yeah,
they're gonna get chippy. And I hear like our guy James Pierce Jr.
Yes,
he's been starting 3 or 4 fights already. I think he had a fight again today. He got into a fight again today. As a matter of fact, so he's one of the guys. He got a little something to him, Ovie. I got to keep my eye on him and see what he's gonna do this year. Bring that fire, bring that energy to the team throughout the whole season. On the defensive side, because that's what we need on defense. We need to be nasty on defense. And Jeff Ulbrich, the new defensive coordinator, is gonna. He said he wants a different style of play for the Falcons, man. And I like what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, James Pierce, Jalen Walker, we spent money on those guys. We went out and did what I don't know if a Falcons front office has done that before. Go get 2 defensive ends in the first round. I don't think ever happened. It boggles my mind how we could be at the scraping the bottom of the barrel for so long when it comes to sacking the quarterback. Like, we are last. Like, we can't go any lower as far as our inability to get to the quarterback. So for it to be dealt with and addressed in that way, I love it because we've tried let's go get this guy. Let's go get Ray. Let's go get Judon, and let's get all these guys that not washed up, but like they've kind of passed their prime,
Right.
and they're a cheap alternative to getting a stud. So that it just hasn't worked out. So getting a stud who's a young guy who can grow the organization, Jalen Walker and James Pierce, I love it. And just the little you see, because they're not letting them fully go loose in training camp. Little I saw in the 2 training camps I went to, it was fun. James Pierce talked about the fights. That boy doesn't care. Like, he literally does not care about how you feel, who you are, how many years you got, how expensive you are. I'm just happy he hasn't sacked Penix or Kirk Cousins, because I feel like he's a guy like radio or like freaking what's his name, Adam Sandler, just running crazy and just hitting people because he loves to hit. But again, we need that edge. We need that dog. We need something to help our defense get to the next level. We got a lot of guys who, they play hard and they do it the right way. But to have somebody who's a little bit off, who's a little bit nasty, who not quite right, like that's a good thing. If you can control it, that's a good thing. You don't want somebody doing that off the field, having off the field issues, which was a big concern with Pierce. But if he can have that controlled rage, have that managed chaos, it's just going to be exciting for I think for everybody, especially the fans.
Well, that's good. I mean, hopefully he listens to guys like Leonard Floyd, the veteran leadership that's in that defensive locker room that can take him under their wing, and just teach them the ropes a little bit. Like, it's like, you can have that little edge to it, but have it be controlled.
Yeah,
we don't want to be out of control out here. But it kind of reminds me of a guy that I played with, Sean Merriman. Sean Lights Out Merriman. Like, his rookie year, he came to training camp just like that, fired up and going after veterans and things like that, and get a little chippy out there. But you know what? The defense fed off him though. Like, made us even better on defense, because you know what? Because he went out there and started making plays on defense. So he was backing up everything he was doing in practice. So hopefully, if James Pierce Jr. can do the same thing, just make 1 or 2 plays here and there, you know how you can get guys going. You get those guys' juices flowing, man. It just guys just feed off that energy. Like, all right, this guy's bringing it like that every play. Now I'm gonna match his intensity and go out there and give him my all too.
Absolutely. My version of that in Baltimore was Terrell Suggs. So I was drafted the same year as Terrell Suggs, and he was first round draft pick, and came in there, even though he was a little different. He played hard, but he talked so much shit. Like, his mouth was going. I was like, and all the rest of us rookies, like Musa Smith was 3rd round, I was 4th round, and we were both the running backs. And I forget who's the 2nd round pick. What was it, Jalen? I don't know who our 2nd round pick was, but like, we all wanted to stay out of sight, because that defense with Ray Lewis and them, like, they were scary. They were scary enough. So we're like, let's keep our head down. Let's get no trouble. We had to sing the all the rookie songs and stuff, and so we had to carry my pads, which I hated after a hot, long day of practice. Carrying pads was not something I like to do. But Terrell Suggs was a menace, and I guess he felt emboldened because the defense ran that team. Like,
all right, that's what I'm saying. It's probably easier for him. Yeah, we got Ray Lewis and Ed Reed behind you.
Defense ran that team.
Yeah.
But what I do know, as a rookie, him feeding into the already just raucous environment the defense created, and then taking it to another notch. Like, I remember, me and him almost got into a couple of fights, and then they were saying, "Oh, you can't hurt our 1st round pick." I'm like, what do we do? Just take it. But,
right.
But no, if you have guys like that who are a little wild, a little crazy, don't care, it makes training camp, I won't say a little easier, but it helps you get through it. Because when it's hot, and when it's near the end of I can't say the second practice because they only have one, but it's hot near the end of the day, and you're just like, I need something to get me going. Someone starts jaw jacking, you're like, all right, we're gonna show them. We're gonna make an example out of somebody. And offense gets together, and it's something. I know we're one team, but during training camp, hey, offense, we take care of our own. Defense takes care of their own, and special teams does whatever the hell they want to do. And we had some times, man. It was a lot of fun.
Well, this that time of year where you have those disputes and everything, but it makes you a better team at the end. That's you're forming your team, man. You're building character. You seeing what the time of year where you see what really type of team you're going to have this year, because all the talk is over now. Now it's time to get the work in, out there practicing every day. Well, he used to. Man, they don't practice every day now, but
yeah.
But the amount of time you're gonna be practicing with the time they have, and you know they're gonna have some joint practices here in a couple, like next week and stuff like that. And it's got their first game this week, so it's time to hit other people instead of hitting ourselves. Beating ourselves up, getting chippy. Things like that. So that's we looking forward to this month, man. And I'm looking forward to how this team going to gel together, man, and come together and be successful, man. Because I'm hearing all the talk about the offense going to be explosive. Offense going to be this and that. We got all these weapons. Michael Penix, Tyler Algier, Bijan, Drake London, Mooney. Even Ray, throw Ray name up in there in the mix. And then now we got the Kyle Pitts. We had a great catch today in training camp for a touchdown. We're gonna see what we look like, but really I'm focused on the defense, how that defense is gonna gel, because that's gonna be the key to our success this year. And that's gonna determine how many wins we're gonna get. And speaking of wins, FanDuel has us at let's pick a good one. At over 7.5 wins, is at minus 140. So I think that's a good bet right there. I think that's a good bet. I like those odds. I think we're definitely going to get over seven wins, 7.5 wins. So within the division, I think we almost swept the division last year, right?
I was saying, like, we were one quarterback away from winning the whole division, and so not much has changed except for now we have a quarterback that hopefully can stand the test of time, not fall off mid-season, but can get better as the season goes. So if Penix can go out there and do what Kirk Cousins couldn't do at the end of the day, because we don't need them to. I won't say we don't need them to win games, but we need them to not lose games more than we need them to win games because of our run game, because of our defense. If our quarterback just takes care of the ball and plays smart, we'll be in a good position.
Right.
And we don't know how good Tampa Bay is going to be this year, or the Saints, or
the Saints are not going to be good this year.
Yeah.
The Saints, I'll just worry about the little Panthers may get better. They beat us the last game last year.
And they embarrassed us the last game because we had everything to play for, and they were just playing spoiler.
Right.
We let a spoiler beat it. It was just so confusing. Granted, we needed help, and we didn't get that help. But the fact that we couldn't do our job was just
embarrassing.
Oh my gosh! Like it literally left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Like, thank God it was so long ago, people forgot about it. But for so long, no one wanted to talk about the Falcons. It was just a terrible way to end the season. And sorry to bring it up, Falcons fans, but you need to remember that just so you can appreciate what's going to happen the next couple of games with Michael Penix, because that was an embarrassment. That can't ever be our reality, because if we're struggling against one of the worst teams in the league, even though they didn't play like it, but statistically they're one of the worser teams in the league, and we could not figure out how to win.
Right.
It's not okay when you have guys who are trying to get to a Super Bowl. Poor Jesse Bates. He's like, I want to wait till the latter years of my career to say I want to play hard for Super Bowl. He's like, no, right now. He's like, every year it's urgency. Every year it's right now. I had a chance to talk to him at the camp or meet where I saw you at, and I went on the field and I had to find my Wake Forest guy, and I dapped him up and just, asked him his thoughts of the season. He was just like, man, you got to get it this year. I said, Super Bowl? He's like, Super Bowl. Like, he's like how me and you were our last couple of years. So we knew, the last year or two we played, like, hey, it could be it could be any year. It could be one injury away from having the career that in the game we love so much gone. And then you're like, regrets. I wish I would have played a little harder. I wish I would have worked out a little harder. I wish I watched a little more film. Wish I would have caught more balls. And you don't want to have those regrets, and the Falcons don't want to have those regrets. So I'm hoping that the guys on this team, even the rookies, kind of feel and understand that sense of urgency that they should have to make this year the year where they go all out to make something good happen.
Well, FanDuel setting the bar pretty low for us at 7.5 wins. So I think, see, last year this time, Ovie, you was talking with Kirk Cousins, you was talking Super Bowl. You was talking Super Bowl at the beginning of the season and all this stuff. So let's pump the brakes. I like to approach the season a little bit differently. Let's see what we got first, and then let us take off. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right. Because last year I was pretty excited, but in my defense, we were doing some exciting stuff to make it to where I was like, if Kirk Cousins plays at the, what was it, 4 touchdown game against the Tampa Bay Bucks, 5 touchdowns or whatever it was
Yeah,
that he played. If he
yeah,
played like that, we beat Tampa Bay twice. We beat the
right,
best team in NFC South twice.
right.
And so, of course, we're talking about Super Bowl. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, we're like, this is going to happen, but it didn't. So this year, Ovie's going to calm down, and Ovie's going to be more realistic, and
Yeah.
Ovie's, gonna just take what they give us because I'm tired of getting hurt, Mike. I'm tired of getting disappointed, Mike.
I'm not saying we're not going to win the Super Bowl. I'm not going to put that pressure on the boys now in August. I'm going. Let's get a couple wins in first. And I was like, you know what, we got something special here. I'd like to see it first, then put the prediction on it.
One game at a time.
One game at a time, buddy.
Sounds corny, but it actually works. One game at a time. Remember, our boy Mike Mugheli would cut it up into fours. Back when we had 16 games, we had the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and like first quarter, we want to go 3-1. Second quarter, like we can go 2-2. Like what was crazy is that like he was like, hey, we might lose a game or two, but if we can just plan it out the way we can and beat the team we're supposed to beat, and then get a couple ones of teams that are predicted to be better than us. We'll be in the playoffs, guys.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and he was right. We were in the playoffs. Three out of the 5 years that I was with the Falcons, we were in the playoffs. So our first year with Matt went to the Cardinals. I think the third, fourth year went to the Packers, lost there. Went to the Giants, lost there. But we got there. we got there.
We got there. Yeah, good. We got there. We came a long way.
Yeah, but let's wrap this up because we got a lot more to talk about in a later show. But as far as the fans, like we're back. We're going to be going twice a week. We're going to be talking Falcons football. We're going to be, unveiling some other key sponsors in addition to FanDuel that are going to be supporting Bleav Falcons. But really, we're here for you.
Guests. You're going to have some guests.
We have some great guests. Spoke to the running back coach, strength and conditioning coach, even Rich McKay was talking about, I'd love to hop on your podcast. So Terry Fontenot was still hunting for Raheem, but like it's some guys that we're blessed to have access to and talk to all the time that hopefully we can share with the fans, because getting a chance to hear from the guys who are in there, in the lab, in the building, making it happen, it gives you guys a perspective of just all that goes into play, comes into play when these guys are preparing for hopefully a Super Bowl.
Hopefully a Super Bowl.
We're going to put it on them, but hopefully. Like, there is no team that shouldn't want to get a Super Bowl.
Right.
That should be the goal.
Yeah.
And even if you're far away from it, hey, that should be your goal, even though you can say, all right, you know what, this year playoffs, next year, deep the playoffs, year after Super Bowl, but we both see teams that are dark horses. You get in there, Russell Wilson and the Seahawks, the year he won it, they just get hot at the right time. So I'm hoping we can just
get hot at the right time.
Wrapping up, what else you have to say to these fans that are been supporting us and been loving us and been working with us for a while, because this year's gonna be fun. We got some treats for them. So anything else you got to share with the people?
No, I'm just saying, just welcome back everybody. It's gonna be a great football season. Looking forward to some exciting games out there this year. We got a great schedule. We got some tough teams on the schedule. I'm looking forward to us, getting some upsets this year. Because like I said, FanDuel only has 7.5 wins. So,
Come on, FanDuel.
So we're gonna be some underdogs in a lot of these games. Seems like it, but we'll see. No, I like to see how this team gels together. And Michael Penix is full all season as the man. That's very important. And it's because you come in with a different attitude, a different mindset when you come in knowing that you're the starter. He's not looking over his shoulder at Kirk Cousins, and I think Kirk Cousins is going to
hopefully he's not, because again, if he plays well, he's not looking over his shoulder. But if he, God forbid, does not play well, the fans will make him look at his shoulder.
I was trying to end the show. Oh God, I was trying to end the show on a positive note. Ovie.
I mean, I would have ended the show realistic. Again, you said I got to be realistic, Ovie, not optimistic, Ovie. Optimistic, Ovie he's not going to show up anymore because that didn't work last year.
Okay.
So
All
as
right.
long as our boy does what he's supposed to do, the fans will do what they're supposed to do. Because unfortunately, the fans are fickle and can be cruel. And if they don't get what they want, they will start chanting.
They want Penix, man.
The next guy's name, and the next guy has proven that he can do a couple things, which it can get crazy. Hopefully, we don't have to talk about that because that would be a nightmare.
Yeah. So that's why I want to bring it up. I want to put that energy out there.
Right. You're right. All right. So take that. Don't worry about that. Forget it.
Well, anyway, till next time, still Bleav in Falcons. Catch us next time.
Thanks, guys.